What's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is the Counterparts tour. If you're new here, please subscribe, check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos, check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, you can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and doing donation request videos. So if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, check out, talk about, question, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and in the notes section, let me know what you want the video to be on. Hit me with a description, a link, and I'll make the video. Awesome. Okay, Counterparts Tour. The Counterparts Tour was short but successful. Over the course of just 54 shows, Rush played to 589,137 fans. On opening night, the band sauntered on stage to the strains of Also Sprach Zarathustra, the symphonic slab of bombastic immortalized in Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. I've told you guys I'm not into movies, right? I've never seen that movie. That tells you how much I'm not into movies. I just don't. There's classics I've not seen. I'm not interested. Anyways, the perfect scoring for when the Counterparts album cover's nut and bolt image came together on the rear screen. The set included the live debuts of Animate, Stick It Out, Nobody's Hero, Double Agent. Oh, they performed Double Agent. Very cool. Leave That Thing Alone and Cold Fire. Neil sported a new Ludwig super classic drum set with black cherry finish. Alex played his white Gibson EDS 1275 double neck guitar during Xanadu, and Geddy's main bass was his black Fender Jazz. Cool. Yeah, I've seen some of you drummer guys talk about Ludwig or like whatever Neil was playing. That kind of stuff I don't know. I mean, I've heard of these drum companies, but like I'm not familiar with it like that, like how I'm familiar with basses, right? So, but they're saying that he's sporting a new Ludwig, and I'm like, oh, there are people that don't like that. Or they do. I don't even know. Anyways, the dates kicked off in early '94, Alex, Geddy, and Neil's 20th year as a band. Our Rhinestone anniversary, I believe it's called, said Neil. But really, can you imagine the same three guys staying together through a score of years and finding an audience to keep buying all that racket? We can't think of another group which has survived for so long with the same individuals, and since those individuals are us, we think the occasion deserves some tribute. We haven't decided exactly what tribute yet, but we are thinking about the possibility of retrospective shows, live recordings, and videos. Later in the year, we will have a clearer idea of what exactly we're going to do, but we're going to do something, at least have cake. It's very cool. It was pretty cool. Counterparts marked the first tour that featured nothing from Rush's first 4 albums, and the only tour ever to skip 2112 completely. The run did, however, mark the return of Hemispheres, with the Prelude performed for the first time in 12 years. Explained Alex, it was Primus that got us to bring back parts from Hemispheres. They would jam at soundcheck on the Roll the Bones tour with all this stuff, and we'd stand at the side of the stage and laugh. We got very close with them and hung out a lot, and they said, you should bring some of that stuff back. It was so cool. It's what we grew up with. So we figured, yeah, okay. The shows also include a few moments of planned humor. Geddy would introduce Cold Fire as a country and western song, usually with Alex playing Johnny Cash's classic I Walk the Line in the background. And for the band introductions that accompanied the Closer to the Heart jams, Alex would make up amusing names off the top of his head, usually introducing each member as a celebrity. At the final U.S. date in Rochester, New York, he used his part of the show to pay homage to Rush's early history. On the funky bass guitar, wearing all black, Mr. Doc Cooper, Alex said from the stage. Back there on the drums, after a long time away, Mr. John Rutsey. Me, you probably recognize me from earlier tour programs and album covers. I've been away too. I feel better now. I only spent a little time in the hospital. I feel much better now. My name is Ian Grandy. I don't know who Ian Grandy is. Who's Ian Grandy? The set list for the tour remained consistent until the addition of Bravado for only the final 2 weeks of the proceedings. Although not included in the final set, Distant Early Warning was performed between Force 10 and YYZ in rehearsals. Late in the outing, Force 10 was omitted from the set for some gigs when Geddy was sick in order to give his voice a much-needed break. Additionally, the entire Counterparts trek was scaled when Geddy and his wife Nancy learned they were expecting a baby. Originally slated to run until the end of June, the tour instead concluded on May 7th, '94 with a sold-out show at Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Geddy and Nancy's daughter, Kyla, was born the following week. Over the last 10 years, my private life and my family life has become increasingly more important, Geddy explained. So when I found out that another child was coming, I was adamant that I would be around more for that whole experience, for the sake of my child, for the sake of myself. Cool. Alright, set list. Intro. Also Sprach Zarathustra. Dreamline. Spirit of Radio. Analog Kid. Coldfire. Time Stand Still. Nobody's Hero. Roll the Bones. Animate. Stick It Out. Double Agent. Limelight. Bravado. Mystic Rhythms. Closer to the Heart. Show Don't Tell. Leave That Thing Alone. Rhythm at the Drum Solo. The Trees. Xanadu. Hemisphere's Prelude. Tom Sawyer. Encore. Force 10. YYZ. Cygnus X1 teaser. Okay. Let's see if we could find any cool info in here. Supporting act. Candlebox. Who else we got in here? Candlebox. Melvins. Wow. Primus. Mother Earth. The Doughboys. Never heard of them. Cool. Okay. January 28th, 94, Dallas, Texas, Reunion Arena. Tickets were $25, $28, and $35. Sold out 14,619 people. Concert gross $400,920. Dallas Morning News. Band insists on rush to bombast. Each band member was too busy showing off his chops to create any kind of union with the others. Lee's nearly operatic voice sounded beautiful and was echoed by pre-recorded harmonies that came from the opposite end of the arena. Oh, Jesus. This guy, does he even understand that these guys have to hit triggers? I mean, they're doing it themselves in time, in the music, and if they hit it at the wrong time, the whole thing messes up. This guy doesn't understand. Okay. Damn. February 3rd, 94, Inglewood, California, Great Western Forum. LA Daily News. And the last time, remember the last video, LA, it didn't have anything great to say. I don't think it was LA Daily News. I think it was LA Times. But here, LA Daily News. Rush not clearly as colorful as rush hour traffic. Limbaugh. In the 2-hour appearance, Rush gave 3 generations of stoners a smattering of hits, lots of meandering solos, and some new material. Damn. Jeez. February 8th, 94, Fresno, Selland Arena. Rush welcomed the Melvins to the tour with a bottle of champagne and a postcard that read, "To the Mervins. Murph Tones, Melons, Melvins. Welcome to the tour. We hope it's not too long and tiring for you. Please accept this bottle of champagne in lieu of any cash payment. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you don't suck like Primus. Alex, Geddy, and Neil." Jeez. The Fresno Bee. Rush's routine all too familiar. They rarely played with self-indulgence. Many songs made sudden twists and turns. They're musicianly musicians. Musicianly? What the heck? Playing precisely in odd time signatures, they play in an easily studied but not necessarily easily mastered style. Mark Dutram, Melvin's bassist, said, "I think the Melvins ended up with Rush for those shows since our manager at the time, David Lefkowitz, also managed Primus, and they had done some touring with them. When your manager calls you up and asks if you would like to do some gigs with Rush, it's really a formality, like when actors would get asked if they were available for Stanley Kubrick. I remember seeing a photo of Geddy wearing a Melvin shirt at a Rush show and thinking how cool that was. I think that was even before the gigs, so someone must have put the band in their ear by that point. Melvins have plenty of progressive tendencies, so it's not as weird of a mix as some people might think." The first day, Rush left a bottle of champagne in our dressing room with a welcome note, a classic move that put everyone at ease and a great example of the humor and grace that they have managed to retain into their huge success. Cool. February 12, 94, San Jose. Also, Mark Dutram, Melvin's bassist. "We didn't have much contact with the band since their traveling schedules were quite different than ours. Neil would ride his bicycle to the venues from whatever hotel they were at, and I would see him riding in sometimes, and he would always wave. I managed to catch a soundcheck a couple times, and that can be a definite no-go area for a lot of bands. When they started playing, someone saw me looking in the doorway and waved me in. 'Go sit in the front row,' he said, 'wherever you want.' So I just walked over and sat in the front row, and I'm the only person sitting in the seats in San Jose Arena, and Rush is just killing it with all the house lights on. They stopped playing the song, and Getty looks at me and says, "Sounds okay?" I said, "Yeah, sounds pretty good." And he just laughed. Said, "Okay, good. I'm really grateful I got to have that experience with an absolutely legendary band. May their road go ever on." Cool. Oh, some of this got recorded for different stages. Looks like February 27, 94, Miami, Florida. Recorded to multi-track with Show Don't Tell being called for the different stages live album. Cool. Started working on that. Damn. March 6, 94, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Dean E. Smith Center. Greensboro News and Record. Rush less enthralling on stage, better in theory. Truly a people's band despite the increasing intellectual pretensions of their records. Rush works hard to strike a balance between the cerebral and the visceral on stage. Unfortunately, a soupy, distorted sound mix and the bomb shelter acoustics of the Smith Center conspired to rob the songs of their lyrical coherence and musical nuance. Alex Lifeson's guitar sounded like the din inside a sheet metal factory, while Lee's vocals were indecipherable, only occasionally penetrating the wall of mud. Jesus Christ. Man, these major cities just like crush them, huh? New York, Madison Square Garden. New York Times. Unfortunately, Rush lacks even a rudimentary sense of dynamics. Except in those songs where Mr. Lifeson switched from acoustic to electric guitar, the music all proceeded at one unvarying volume without any breathing space. Like the walls of a musical fortress, the band's unyielding performance keeps insiders protected and outsiders away. Jeez. March 22nd, 94, Auburn Hills, Michigan. Recorded to multi-track with the Analog Kid being called for the Different Stages live album. Cool. Damn. Richfield, Ohio. Richfield Coliseum. The Plain Dealer. Opening Primus outshines pretentious Rush. I have never experienced anything quite as excruciating as the Rush concert at the Coliseum. The lyrics that seem profound to the drunk sitting next to you strike your sober mind as sophomoric and stupid. Woo-hoo. Let's go back to that set list, shall we? Dreamline. Cold Fire. Time Stands Still. Nobody's Hero. Roll the Bones. Stick It Out. Now I'm just playing. I'm picking out specific ones. But whew, Bravado. Show Don't Tell. Oh boy, some of these. God damn. That was a rough one. March 27, 1994, Auburn Hills, Michigan. Neil's drum solo from this show appeared as a bonus feature on his 2005 instructional DVD release, Anatomy of a Drum Solo. Very cool. April 2nd, 94, Madison, Wisconsin. During Primus's set, Les Claypool advised fans to shout for Biter and the Snow Dog when Rush took the stage. He then proceeded to play a verse of A Passage to Bangkok. Damn. April 20th, 94, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Civic Arena, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. After 2 decades, Rush still doesn't know rock. There is something to be said for bringing a degree of musical sophistication to your rock and roll. More often than not, however, it only gets in the way of the music itself. Jesus. Guys, but you can't take it if I say something. Oh boy. Man, these guys are just railing them left and right. Cool. Yeah, so I think that's that. But super cool. Yeah, this book is really awesome. I mean, just really awesome stuff. You know, the fact that they have this is just really cool. Really cool. And super well organized. Pretty incredible. So, amazing. Counterparts. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.